Hello everybody, welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, also published on Rumble, which at the moment it's only been catching up with the daily stuff that I've been publishing regarding the news, and with XCOM 2 gameplay until it catches up with YouTube. Regarding gaming series, I made a tough decision of until the end of the year, so because it's still a little bit hectic to not do any gaming series at the moment, at least till the end of the year. So 2-3 more days. I suppose I will in the 1st on the 2nd of January I will do catching up with the channel state there, and I will try to get around and explain in more context how I'm planning to do the gaming series. I didn't cancel anything, it's just a pause because of the fact that the festivities very kind of hectic to get around and do some recordings, and then all the editing and uploading, all that stuff. It takes a little bit time, and I don't have at the moment, because I'm still a little bit on doing a lot of work. Yeah, I need to get around and wait until the festivities are over. Then the work will settle down a little bit in a more usual manner. But yeah, at this moment I made that tough decision. So at least 2 to 3 more days I cannot. I will at the moment I will pause the gaming series, but I've been managing like one day or here and there. I managed to record some episodes, so at least I have start to build up a little bit of a backup library, so I can launch the episodes in a more steadily fashion. But yeah, and also everything is published also on Patreon for extra support. If you can, would be great. Yeah, basically this is it. Not much happening. Just got a couple of topics here. In terms of news, it's the end of the year. Again, CS will come up with a lot of stuff, new stuff that coming up for sure. But basically, you got the RTX 4090D, so the Dragon. Supposedly it's launched yesterday or today in China. It's basically exclusive to China, or at least Asian market. For sure, it will bleed out to the Asian markets for sure. And yeah. Supposedly it has similar gaming performance, but the price is the same, so $1,600. There is no Founders Edition, which it's only through AIB's partnerships. They're going to be this GPU. Again, it's for me, it's a way they managed to get around, getting around all that restrictions that US imposed on Chinese markets. US-based regulations, but yeah, it's not overclockable, so it doesn't pass that TPP or whatever, or TTP, or it's the formula that they had, total TPP, total processing performance. It has cut down CUDA cores, so it's not something that it's for the same price. It's mainly because of this specificity of the fact that it's going to be exclusive to that market. If the price is the same, you will prefer an unlockable GPU with better specs there, at least in terms of CUDA cores, because the memory got slower, lower TGP, so total GP power, total, not gaming power, it's not gaming, it's basically total board power or whatever it's called. It's less, let me check here. So the specs get less, around 2000 CUDA cores, which is a lot. It's supposedly almost 10% less, almost 10%, give or take. My math skills, they are not very good, but it's got basically all the same things. The tensor cores are a little bit lower, of course. And the RT ones got a little bit base clock, a little bit uplift there, because again, less CUDA cores, they can manage to ramp a little bit more on the base clock. Boost clock is the same. We don't have information regarding T flops, something regarding operations. And memory capacity the same, same memory bus, same memory speed, bandwidth the same, and again the price is the same. It's less 25 watts. It's supposedly, I suppose it's the ones that are for the 2000 CUDA cores. They launched some specs here in terms of graphics. They are comparing with the 4090 Ti again, so it looks pretty on the graphic. I wanted to see more about how it compares with the 4090 and the 4080. It will stay in the middle, but yeah, you got it's marketing from the company itself. But yeah, 11 less 11. I was not far by just by 1%. Less 11% CUDA cores and Tensor cores. But yeah, basically that and the power. So TGP, the rest is basically the same, and no Father's Edition. Yeah, if you by any chance wanted one of those, I don't recommend, because if you have the 4090 around the same price, again, it's way better, because again the main thing from this one, it's not overclockable, so you cannot tweak around. But yeah, it is what it is. It's a, to a certain degree, it's a shit show, because it's the same price, less product for the same price, and the fact that it cannot even tweak it. But again, all the major vendors, MSI, Galax, Zotac, and even Inno3D are releasing their designs there. So the images here, got the Supreme one, this is Zotac, and I don't know, Inno3D, not mistaken. Still, they get some liquid cooled stuff here, interesting. But yeah, it is what it is, not much happening, and just going to take here, supposedly Valve as their best of 2023. If you open the Valve app, for sure you have more information, more granular information, but just as an overview here, the best top earning games. Again, Counter-Strike 2, it's one of those, microtransactions all over the place, and the market that goes around that, regarding like the knife stuff and the weapons and the skins, and I don't know, I never played Counter-Strike, it's not a game that is made for me. But yeah, Starfield, with a hype train, it managed to sell pretty good. Sons of Force is supposedly an indie game, horror one. Got Cyberpunk, PUBG or whatever it's called, also not for me. I've got Hogwarts Legacy, it's been selling pretty well. Also Baldur's Gate 3, which is good to see here. Destiny 2, I think microtransactions, it's the main thing here. Apex Legend, again, it's skin stuff, I suppose. Call of Duty, the same thing, and always sells decent. And Dota 2, it's a free-to-play game, but it has some microtransactions there also. And yeah, basically, in terms of new titles, besides Hogwarts Legacy, Baldur's Gate 3, Sons of Force, and Starfield, we got Resident Evil 4 Remake, which is similarly a pretty good one, very much improved. Payday 3, never played any of those, also it's not for me, it's very co-op dependent. Street Fighter 6, it's also not for me, a lot of button mashing for me. This one, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, still the PC port is not the best, even though it's been patched quite enough times, but I think it has like 7 or 8 patches, but still some issues regarding, I think it's traversal stuttering. EA, in terms of the publishing this year, in terms of game publishing, you got this Star Wars, you got the Dead Space remake, and there is another game that I was thinking about, but I don't remember which one. Yeah, the PC ports is not the best. Got some still some issues there, with especially with stuttering things, which is not good. I think it's wild, something wild. Similarly, a very Monster Hunter kind of a game there, published by EA. The PC port, I think, is horrible. And you got also, it's good to see here, Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. Again, I will wait for a deal for me to try out this game. I'm very curious to try one of Armored Core games, since I never tried one of those, at least that I can remember. And yeah, it's good to see that sell well. This is almost like a flawless PC port, because out of the gate it ran quite smoothly. Again, the patches from some balancing and some issues here and there, but in terms of out of the gate, it was, I think, in this year the best game that came out in terms of performance for the PC here. Yeah, then you got like the most played games on Steam Deck. You got for sure you got a lot of stuff there from separated by genres and all that jazz. More granular details in your Steam app. Yeah, it's just over the view thing of kind of the best games to a certain degree in terms of sales, which to a certain degree gives a roughly indication of how good they are. Again, Baldur's Gate 3, it's on my list, as Hogwarts Legacy, Cyberpunk. I think in the next deal that it happens, I will buy it, because I already bought the Jedi Knights of the Star Wars Jedi duology. I bought it. I bought the Resident Evil Village in the previous Steam sale. Which ones? I managed to get around like a handful of games, pretty good ones. The Dead Space also, the remake. We'll see how it goes in terms of performance. Yeah, I bought some of those, and I completed some collections. Yeah, I managed in the last one to do the Tomb Raider, the Shadow of Tomb Raider. So I complete the trilogy to start. It's on my list to do a series there. But yeah, I don't want to burden. Again, in about 2 or 3 days, I will do a compilation of the list of games that I have to go through, make a gaming series, and my plan to go about that. Regarding gaming deals, we got still Epic Game Store free games. This one is Cat Quest. I don't know if it's something to your liking. This is a game, again, not for me. I hope that it improves until the end of the year. I suppose until the 31st it will be like 1 per day, 6 hours at the time of recording until it comes out the next one. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Keep your eyes peeled, at least every day so far. Usually it's like 1 per week or 2 every 15 days. I never know for sure with regarding Epic Game Store. On Steam, we got Jusant, very good game. I managed to put this on a wish list the first time I saw it. Very interesting climbing mechanics. I don't think it has dialogue. It's very much about atmosphere there, and it's 20% off. Again, it's one of those that it's on my wish list, and for sure I will buy it, because I like this kind of games. This kind of exploration that tells the story with the environment. We got also Dave the Diver, 20% off. Again, one of those kind of pixel art style games that seems pretty fun to go about it. Like the diving, for sure it's kind of, I'm not sure if it has like roguelike kind of style elements here. I suppose it does, but yeah, 20% off seems overwhelmingly positive, at least in Steam reviewers. We got also Lysopi or P, depends on how you want to call it, but it can usually it's Lysopi. Pi, it's the free 14, something like that, the prime number. But Lysopi, 20% off. Again, very positive reviews. I think in terms of kind of a Souls-like kind of a similar game, it's the best this year so far. It's debatable. We got also Cocoon. I think it won indie game or something like that. I'm not sure, but it's 20% off. Again, one of those very interesting ways to play and puzzle solving kind of a thing there. We got also the Invincible, very positive reviews, very story driven. I think it's plays itself similar to Firewatch, but yeah, based on a book. I don't remember which book it is. Invincible, I think the name is the same. Stanislaw Lu, the author. Pretty good story from what I understood. We got also Planet of Lana, 30% off. Again, a puzzler kind of a game there. Very positive reviews also. Very interesting on how they tell the story through the environment and the puzzling stuff there. We got also Cuphead. It's an older game, but it's one of those that it's pretty difficult, from what I understood. I always wanted to check this one out. Everything is hand-drawn. The animation, it's all hand-drawn, which is kind of interesting how they went about it. And it's 40% off. Got also, oh my god, I forgot to, yeah. We got The Last of Us Part 1. This port is very much improved since this PC port was launched. 33% off. Again, the game itself, the main game is excellent, at least the story, and of course the graphic fidelity is way increased in this version of the PC, and yeah, the in terms of performance is way better in terms of quality there. Got also Jagged Alliance 3, 34% off. It's similar to the previous mainline series. Jagged Alliance 1 and 2 is from the same guys that did the mainline series games there. They came back to this one, and similarly it's very positive. It's one, this is kind of my jam here, like squad management, turn-based tactics, thinking about what to do next, a lot of choices and consequences also, and yeah, it's one of those that I will play when I can. Got also Lords of the Fallen, again, kind of a bit in competition, even though it's got mixed reviews. A little bit competition with Lies of P in terms of how it classifies with the Better Souls like kind of game. Again, I think the main the issue that people have when they have an issue with this game, I think it's more about the commitment of the actions that you make in terms of, at least on the combat aspect of it. From what I gather, I never played this game, but seemingly it's you can cancel any kind of action that you're doing, especially with striking. You can cancel with dodge or something like that. Yeah, it doesn't play the same. I think the feel it's not the same as the Dark Souls, because when you press to do an attack, only after the animation of the attack finishes, then you can do another action, being dodge, jump, or whatever it is, depending on the game. And this one you can basically cancel, like for example a combo that you're pressing, even after you press a lot of buttons, you can cancel with the dodge or something like that, or a roll in the middle of it. So it's interesting on how they approach the combat there. But yeah, it's 35% off. Got also Aliens Dark Descent. It's already been patched here, from what I understood, so it's the small issues that it had at launch, I think they are all being patched. And got now a New Game Plus here. It's 38% off. Yeah, it's real-time strategy, so it's not turn-based. It's a little bit twist there, but you got the squad management stuff and the mission aspect of the thing there. And I think the story is pretty decent. It's not one of those throwaway stories. It's got some interesting twists, and I suppose people might catch in the early game. But yeah, it's one of those that I'm interested in playing out. And lastly, we got God of War. Okay, sorry about that, I forgot to do this. God of War, 50% off. Again, it's one of those that I have to play if you like adventure games. And the story seems pretty interesting and pretty good also, regarding like the gods of Nordic realm kind of a thing there, Norse gods. Yeah, it's one of those that I will play one of these days, but I have to go through all of my library before that. And yeah, basically this is it, guys. Not much happening. We're approaching the end of the year. Very calm on the news front. Got some subjects here and there that might pop out. A lot of year-end reviews and all of that jazz. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up here for today with a plug on my Patreon for extra support. Again, the extra support it is at this moment for storage, for me to be able to have backups of the stuff that I do for my private clients, and of course extra space for the videos that I do for the channel. And basically that's it, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, Kunamy Master out.